Okay, are you seeing the Dyson airwrap trends everywhere? And you're like, frick, I don't want to spend 500 pounds, $800, wherever you live, whatever currency you're in, on Dyson airwrap, but I kind of want to have a blowout look. Well, look no further. This video is for you. I'm going to show you how I got literally the Dyson airwrap blowout replica. This is exactly what my hair looks like when I Dyson airwrap it. But instead of using the Dyson airwrap, I've used a curling iron. So keep watching if you are needing to know how to get the Dyson airwrap look on a budget with a curling iron. Literally, look no further. The tutorial is for you. It's coming right up. Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. How are ya? How are you doing? What's good? What's the vibe? I am here cracked out on my Lee's coffee. Also, a little disclaimer before we jump right into this video is please ignore the crazy mess behind me. I am currently visiting my family in Southern California, staying in my brother's room, and all of my crap and bajillion items of clothing I brought are in the background. But we're gonna focus today on the hair and what is at hand. So you guys will have just seen the intro of this video where I talked a bit about what we are doing today. So we are starting right from the beginning with wet hair because I showered today and I figured, you know what, this is authentically where I am. So we are going to just start here. You can start with dry hair and skip to the part where I start with dry hair if you want, but how you prep your hair is equally as important. So we are going to begin with actually K18. So I used my shampoo, which by the way, all of my products are going to be linked in the description with discount codes if I have them, because I really want to make sure you guys can get your hands on everything I talk about. So either it's going to be on my Amazon storefront or other links, but anyways, I'll explain it as I go. K18 is amazing like repair mask that I've been trying out. So I shampooed with my normal shampoo. I've been loving the Moroccan oil hydrating shampoo and conditioner, which is linked on my Amazon storefront, but I just use the shampoo because when you use K18 you're not supposed to condition. So I'm taking about a pump and a half, and I'm actually just going to put this through my hair. K18 is just amazing, and I've been really just trying to use it as directed. So I've just used it every few times that I wash my hair, and what you do is you actually apply this directly on your hair and you let it sit for about 4 minutes before you begin. So I am just going to let that sit, and then we will continue with the rest of our products and how I achieve the Dyson airwrap blowout with a curling iron. Okay, so I let that sit for 4 minutes and then I just brushed it through. I use a Denman hairbrush, by the way. Again, linked to my Amazon storefront. It's my favorite. So now I'm going to go in with a few of my products I always like to use. So we are going to start with a heat protectant that is so important. Let me grab the one that I always use. Oh, it's right in front of my face. This is the Unite heat protectant for all the Unite products. I have a discount code for you guys, so it's in the link in my bio is for that too. I think it's Annabelle15 for 15% off, so save that money. My mom recently got some stuff from them and she was like, I used your code. So make sure you do. But heat protectant, whatever you use, this is one of my faves. But make sure you do heat protectant all over your hair because we're going to be applying heat. I'm then going to take a little bit of the volumizing spray by Unite. Maybe that's a better way to show you, Boosta. And I'm going to spray this at my roots and throughout my ends. Hold on, I have a little mirror right here because it's hard to see what I'm doing. Because I'm trying to do something that is like the Dyson airwrap blowout, but obviously isn't using the Dyson, I always like to spray a volumizing spray in my roots and a mousse, which I'm going to do in a second, because I'm trying to recreate some of that volume. And sometimes curling irons, they're amazing, but they don't always create a lot of root volume. So if we do this and then we blow dry, it will just help overall. I've been using this spray for a little while. I tried it out before talking about it because I was like, let's see if it actually works. And it does, and it literally does smell like coconut. It smells so good. And then sometimes I will use the Unite 7 Seconds Detangler, which also has a heat protectant in it. Because I used K18, my hair detangled, and I know I used the other heat protectant, so I'm going to hold off on that one. And then, like I said, because I want some extra volume, I am going to take the Elevate Mousse Foam from Unite. This is not sponsored by Unite, by the way. I genuinely have loved them and loved them for a very long time. They're like tried and true. Like, as a hairstylist, can confirm that they are amazing. Literally, that looks like whipped cream. okay? Because of the way that nozzle is, it's not just, it literally made it look like whipped cream. So I'm just gonna go like that and then begin putting that through, especially focusing around my face, around my bangs. And again, prep for your style is just so important. Whatever you have, whatever you can afford, use something. You know, I talk about different products that I love, but in no way do I want you to think if you can't, you know, use these products that you should just use nothing. Use whatever you can afford, but these are my faves, and I want to tell you what I love, but I'm all about you finding, you know, the balance of what you love too. So now that we've put that all through, we are ready to blow dry. Now I'm not going to blow dry my hair with a round brush. I really am just going to rough dry. As you can see, it's already kind of dry. We just want to blow in these products. So this is the hair dryer I use. It's the Elchum Milano 20129, and a similar one by Elchum, I think, if not this exact one, is linked to my Amazon storefront. But I also have another blow dryer that I also think is amazing, that is a bit more affordable, because this was my blow dryer I use as a hairstylist every single day on my clients. So it's really lightweight, it's amazing, it doesn't get too hot, but it is more spendy. So I have those two options, so depending on what you want and what you can afford, I have two that I really love. This is my fave, but she's a pricey girl. So I'm just gonna rough dry my hair and then we'll be back with the most important part of how we style. Okay, so this is my dry hair, and we are going to be using this curling iron. This is the 1 1/4 inch ion curling iron. I have their 1/4 inch and their 1 inch curling iron. So dependent, oops, should I heat it up? So it's on 350 degrees, by the way, 350 degrees Fahrenheit, which I love because much higher than that's a bit too high, especially for my hair texture. So I've used all three of the sizes. Depending on how your hair holds curl, the smaller you go, hopefully the more it will hold. So if your hair really struggles to hold a bouncy curl, maybe use the 1 inch, but this is the 1 1/4 inch, which is pretty big. The size comparison of the 1 versus the 1 1/4 inch. So all three of them are linked on my Amazon storefront. I love these. I've used these on my clients for years. They're affordable, but they're so good. So that is heating up, and what we will begin by doing, because we've already applied heat protect, we've already applied everything, is I am going to do a section kind of right above my ear, just all the way around. So focusing more on obviously the bottom layer of my hair. How many sections you do will be, you know, dependent upon your hair thickness and hair density. But I get left with this much hair. See, my hair isn't super thick. I am actually getting a haircut in the next couple days, which I'm excited about. Probably take some length off as well. But yes, our hair is ready to go because we've applied everything to keep it super protected. So there's a few ways that you could do this with this curling iron. You could do curls, obviously, maybe coming towards your face, whatever look you like. But when I use my Dyson airwrap, I always airwrap away from my face. So I'm going to do the same thing with my curling iron. So I will take it, I'm just going to run it through to heat it up, and I will begin at the root area, holding that, pulling it down, loosening that clamp, trying to really get some volume around the root, pull it down. We don't want these ends to be straight, so what we will actually do is we will curl those in. This isn't like a beachy wave, this is like a blowout look. So those ends are now wrapped in there, and we'll hold it for a few seconds. We'll release, and you'll see it looks like that. And you don't want to brush through this for a while. So what you're going to do is you can hold it for a second. You obviously could pin this. I actually, on my Amazon storefront too, have like a whole section for hair supplies. And there's like metal clips in there. I'm in California, I don't have any of those with me. But you could pin these with those clips. I've done that before, which will only help cool it longer, especially if your hair doesn't hold. I'd highly recommend pinning. And then I will just continue on with that pattern on this side of my face, and then I will do the same thing on the other section. So again, curling, kind of holding that by the root. The ends are chilling because the ends are the most fragile part of our hair, so we don't want to start with that section. We always want to start with the hair that's closer to the root because it's healthier and stronger. Then we will begin working our way down, and we will get those ends eventually twisted up in there. And then once they're in there, just like so, we'll hold it for a little bit, and then we will release. And you're left basically with really big ringlets. And when it's all brushed out at the end, it ends up looking identical to how the air wrap looks on my hair. Obviously the air wrap does look a little different on everybody's hair, but it literally looks the same. Obviously the big difference between using a curling iron and an air wrap is the air wrap is healthier for your hair. It's using less high heat and more so airflow, which is amazing technology. But again, not everybody wants to spend that type of money on a hair tool. So if you're wanting that look temporarily, maybe while it's in trend, while it's in style, using a big curling iron like this, making sure you prep your hair will give you a very similar look. So again, then I'll release that. I can hold it for a second, and yeah, I'm obsessed with this. And then this little piece down here isn't curled, so I'm just gonna take a little, curl that away. And then I'm left with, on this section, about three ringlets, and I'll repeat that here, and then we'll continue on. Okay, so now that that is done, I am going to just pull out another section and repeat. I do about 3 sections for my hair texture and density. So once that is pulled down, I will pull that to the front, but then I will separate the straight hairs from the curls, just like that. See, that's all of my curled hair, and then I will throw that behind my shoulder, and then I will do the same thing as well. I hate getting my straight hair mixed in with the curls, so once I have it that, I'll throw that behind my shoulder, and I will just continue curling my hair. So I'll just show you again how I do that. That guy kind of like to sneak forward, but I will grab sections about this thickness, and I will take my curling iron and I will begin. Oh, I think maybe a little curl actually got in there. Oh well, that is okay. I will begin holding that closer to my root for the first moment, and then I'll make sure I don't lose that end. Pull it forward. This little hair could get slippery, so we're just gonna hold that like so. All the hair is in there, and then release it, and we've got another ringlet. See it right there. See, guys? Ringlet. And then I will just continue doing that with all of the hair, taking sections that are as big as you need them to be or small as you need them to be. And the main thing is that you start at the root area to get you some volume there, that you curl those ends, and that you just let it be bouncy and you let it cool for as long as you need. And you might be worried that this will just look like ringlets, but the thing is if you're using a curling iron that is big enough, it may just look like curls in the beginning, but it should fall throughout your day because everybody's hair falls a bit, and it will fall into more of that blowout look. Something that's also really important when trying to achieve a blowout style with a curling iron, a blow dryer, just air wrap, whatever it is that you have a layered haircut. If your hair is all one length, all the weight of your hair is at the ends, and it can be hard for your hair to have any bounce and volume. So if you are struggling to style your hair and your hair is one length, I'd highly recommend getting maybe some long layers, some face framing. You can start off with less and you can always get more. So for my haircut, I have some wispy curtain bangs, and then I have face framing layers, and then I have long layers throughout, and that is kind of what I do to myself. And like I said, I'm actually getting my hair cut by a hairstylist because I am a hairstylist, so I'm getting my hair cut by someone else this week, which I'm so excited for because I haven't had my hair like cut, not by me, in like 2.5 years, and I just want something a bit more precise. I want my hair to be healthy, so just make sure you have something layered because it just will help keep that volume. So that is just those ringlets on that side. Again, we're gonna let those cool, and then I'll repeat on this side and I'll check back in with you for the top layer. Right, you guys, don't mind this side. I just curled the top layer. I'm gonna show you what I do on this side. The curling is all the same, but like I said, see, this is a shorter layer. So this will always help when it comes to getting the volume I'm looking for. So I will take my curling iron and I will really try and create some volume at that root by holding it closer to the root like that. And it's just really repeating the same pattern that we've been doing. But I just want to make sure I show you guys because I know if you're not like familiar even with curling with a clamp, it can seem a bit awkward. But clamps are just my favorite because I also think it creates that really round look, whereas sometimes when I've used wands it feels more like spirally and narrow. So again, just let that go, just like that. And I will just do that a few more times. So taking pretty big sections, but making sure I get lots of volume at that root area to holding it. That's why I also love this curling iron, because it's like, which can be sometimes hard because it's a bit more slippery, but what I like is that it's not super hard to pull the hair through it, because sometimes if something's like sticky, your hair like is like getting like grippy and like you can't really pull your curls through it as well, and then it feels like it snags your hair. But this one's nice because the coating on the barrel is just great. So once that's done, you see those ends are in there. I'm letting it sit, and then I release it by opening that. I open the clamp to release, and you'll see it makes a nice big curl, which is great for volume. And then I'm gonna leave these little wispy bangs out and do this little piece really quick, and then we're gonna curl our curtain bangs, because so often you guys ask me how I do that. So I'm gonna show you, and it always looks a little wild after you do it, but you really just have to trust the process. So once this one's done, give it a second, release, just like that. And now I will take this little piece, there's these little like face framing baby hairs, and I will take it and just curl it all the way through, curl those ends, keeping it really close to the root, kind of bringing it through, releasing, and I'm left with that. So you really do want that volume right there, because you're gonna let it cool. And what it will do is it will give you lasting volume around your curtain bangs. And as you'll see, my hair is just a bunch of ringlets right now. So I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let this cool for like 5 to 10 minutes, and then we're gonna brush it through. I'll show you my favorite like hairspray and texture spray, and you can be the judge of if the results were good, and you will have to try it out for yourself. So see you in a few minutes. It is time to brush this out. So I will literally just take my fingers and begin shaking out my hair first to try and slightly loosen the bouncy curls up, kind of shaking them out like so, kind of taking my hands, pulling them apart. Hold on, you see we can kind of start framing these bang pieces. Shake, shake, shake. And then what I will actually do is I will take my hairbrush, and this is my Denman brush, and actually run it through, because I feel it kind of reshapes them. And I'll shake it until I'm left with something like this, literally. Oh, so cute. Okay, but before we go any further, I'm going to take my Unite texture spray and begin spraying that for some added volume and grit to my hair, because fine-haired girlies know we are always needing the volume. I'm spraying it up there. This is my favorite texture spray in the freaking world. And then I will also take a little hairspray. This is the medium hold Moroccan oil hairspray. I have it on my Amazon storefront, and I will just spray it, hold it, grip like that, spray, kind of grab it, spray at the roots a bit more, and then I'll pinch my bangs together and spray right here to try and get some added volume. So we are left with something like this, and I'm just obsessed with how it looks. It gives such a nice blowout, round curls, and really creates that Dyson airwrap look without the Dyson. And again, some of these curl pieces right here, like I could recurl if they weren't curled enough, or you can kind of just play around with it. But as this falls, it will look even more like a blowout, and it truly, I get so many compliments when I do my hair like this, and I just wanted to show you guys the options, because not everybody is going to be buying a Dyson airwrap, but it just looks so good. And if you have more hair than me, it will look even better. My hair is a bit, you know, she's a fine-haired girl, but I'm just obsessed. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Just leave a comment down below if you have any questions for me, anything you want to see next. I'm always trying to create content that you guys are looking for, but I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and that it was helpful. But yeah, just look at that nice bounce. It just looks so good, guys, even as it's settling down. Oh, She looks so cute. I literally, guys, my hair looks like this when I Dyson airwrap it. Like, this is exactly how it looks, so she is such a good dupe. This curling iron is everything, but these products are just giving it so much life. I'm obsessed. I love you guys. Thank you for subscribing. I'm just so happy about having you join the family. So I will see you in my next video. Bye.